friends, welcome to another episode of Killingly Public Library's craft videos. Today I have a craft for you using a wooden heart. I did order these, but if you don't have a wooden heart, maybe try something with like cereal, like cardboard from like a cereal box or a cracker box, or even regular corrugated cardboard, but you might need to put like cardstock or something over it, so a heart shape. And mine has a little heart hole. Isn't that the cutest thing? The hole is has a little heart, so you can hang it as an ornament if you'd like. So I'm just going to use a regular ballpoint pen on here to draw some branches and leaves, and I'm going to take some sea glass and turn them into little birds and add them on. So right now I'm just going to write with my ballpoint pen. Now I could use a Sharpie if I wanted to. I'm choosing not to because I find that the Sharpie ink kind of bleeds in the grains of the wood. So, but the ballpoint pen will just write and stay as I've written it. I haven't tried it yet, but I've used the pens and markers on popsicle sticks, craft sticks, and that's what I've found with them. So I think this wood will be the same. So if you don't have these, you could try some other options. Otherwise, this is what I'm doing. So just gonna take and do a little doodling. And you can see that line on there perfectly fine. So I'm going to continue with my doodling, and I'll get back to you when I'm done with my branches and things. All right, I'm done drawing. As you can see, I just made some branches with some leaves on them. You get creative and do what works for you. And I also put a little tiny heart there. I'm not sure you can really tell it's a heart, and it doesn't really matter. But I was thinking I was going to make my birds in pairs, so kind of like lovebirds, and they're on a heart. So I just, I drew a little heart. But get creative and work something that you can manage. So I also made little legs for my pieces of sea glass to be birds. I drew those on. I had my line, as you saw, for my tree branch, and then I placed the sea glass where I thought I would like it, and then drew the legs before I filled in with the leaves, just so that I would have a place for my birds that weren't, all filled in already. But if that's not the way you want to do it, that's fine too. I'm just going to take my sea glass and glue it onto its legs using some hot glue. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but one of my pieces of sea glass is on there. There, my sea glass is glued onto my heart. And maybe you have some very pretty sea glass. I went with just brown and white. That's what I thought would look nice. And now I'm just going to take my pen and mark the beaks. I didn't mark the beaks ahead of time because it, I wasn't exactly sure how, after I glued them, that I could line up the beak with the sea glass. So I'm adding the beaks now. All right, there I've added the beaks. I'm not sure if you can see them, but they're kind of tiny, but they are just little beak-shaped kind of markings with my pen. And I'm actually going to use a Sharpie pen to dab on an eyeball. So well, let's see, maybe I can do it with the ballpoint. All right, I can do it with the ballpoint, but I don't like the way it looks. I am gonna go with the Sharpie. I found that it just looks a little bit too light for me. You could use paint. I'm sure paint would work fine as well. but I just thought everybody has a Sharpie, right? So that one does have an eye. My first birdie here has a little eyeball. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the rest of them some eyeballs. And there's my eyes on my birdies. And then I'm just gonna add a little twine. I'm just gonna pull the two ends together to make like a loop. Bring them through my hole here and bring them through this loop like so. So we've got this, and then I'm just gonna knot the end. Just gonna bring the two of them together through the hole here and make a little knot. And there you have it. Just a simple little craft today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure where I'm gonna hang this yet, but I think it's kind of cute with some little sea glass lovebirds. I can't wait to see your finished projects. Please share them with me at info@killinglypl.org. And thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, have a great day.